Hey guys, it's Ian. I thought I'd just take a moment to talk to you about flashlights and self-defense. Definitely in a self-defense situation, it's good to have a flashlight on you or near you, and it really depends on the situation. Right here I have 3 different choices of flashlights. I got a simple LED Maglite with a twist top, Streamlight TLR1, and a Streamlight Stinger DSHL. Now, I also, on a regular basis, carry a Streamlight Stylus Pro in my pocket, but right now I don't have it because I sent it back to Streamlight. Now, I'm bringing this video up for multiple reasons. Definitely good for self-defense in the home is a flashlight on your weapon. But the bad thing about having a flashlight on your weapon at any time, especially during home defense, is the fact that if you have a weapon light and you hear something in the middle of the night go bump, and you use that flashlight to search what you're looking for, you're automatically lasering everything in its path. It's good to have that light, but if say you see your neighbor's drunk, comes over to your house, breaks in the front door thinking it's his house. Technically, it's breaking and entering and you feel threatened, you can shoot. But if you are seen with your own flashlight mounted on your firearm and you see that it's your buddy or you don't notice your buddy and you shoot, what are you going to do? Now the good thing here is to have 2 separate firearms, or 2 separate flashlights, one on your firearm or one on your other hand or whatever it be, or not on your firearm. And in this case, I like to have this either in my truck or next to my bedside when I'm asleep. Not in my truck asleep, but in bed. I like this because if I hear something go thump, I can use this as my primary flashlight, and then retrieve my firearm with my flashlight next to my bed, and then use it to scope it out even further if I had to use deadly force. The cool thing about the TLR1 is that it has a momentary and full-time switch on it. I think it's a TLR1 2. Is there a 3? I don't know. But one of them has a strobe on it, and one has a laser on the bottom. I don't have a purpose for the laser or the strobe on my weapon light. And the laser is nice, but if I want to get a laser from my Glock, I will get the Glock, the Crimson Trace laser grip. So, like I said, definitely want to have 2 separate flashlights. And also another thing about this, the Streamlight Stinger, is that it has 2 modes, or actually 4 modes if you want to count all of them. It has on, and then you can hold it down, and it has a medium, high, medium, and low setting. And then if you push it twice, it has a strobe. As I said, this is a DS, which means dual switch. It has a switch in the back and a switch up front. They say for tactical mode, I don't know which one's really tactical. This one, I see this one, flashlight clear up here by your head and using the tail switch. Or this one down here, as your cop, come up to your door and knocking on your window with it. I don't know what the tactical advantage of dual switches are, other than the convenience of the dual switches and where you're going to be able to use it. I also like to have a firearm or a light on my firearm and a handheld light, because primary self-defense, secondary self-defense. 1's none, 2 is 1. So you got 1 flashlight, 2 flashlight. It's nice. This is not the HL version. Neither of these are the HL, which are the high power, high lumen versions of the Streamlights. The TLR one I have is something like 80 or 90 lumens, which is relatively low, but when you compare it to this, which is supposedly 150 lumens, the brightness of this and this is outstanding, the differences. Now this Maglite, I know I have used it a little bit. It sits in my truck. The lens is slightly scratched, but not enough it's going to hurt it. But this version takes 2 AA's, and I'm pretty sure that it says like 150 lumens, which I don't see how. But it has a bright, a medium, or there's a medium, a strobe, and an SOS feature. Like I said, this is in my truck. It sits next to my seat in this Night Eyes holster, which is very convenient. It sits there right on my belt on the buckle, where you click it in. It sits right there, and when I need it, I can just retrieve it and go at it. Only bad thing is that you can get it with one hand turned on. It takes a little bit to turn on, so it's more of a two-handed flashlight, and you go. Saved me a million times. This Night Eyes holster here has some structured fabric, I guess you'd call it. It's kind of weird how it sits in there. But it's supposed to be up to a D size or D cell Maglite, which this is slightly smaller and it's tight as can be. I don't see carrying that in there. So like I said, I also carry on a regular basis the Streamlight Stylus Pro, which takes 2 AAA batteries. It's no bigger than a Sharpie marker, maybe a little bit longer, but general size is a Sharpie marker, which is nice to sit and fit in your pocket next to my pocket knives. So I carry a pocket knife in each pocket, and then the flashlight on my left pocket. Convenient is that a little flashlight can turn into a self-defense weapon if it need to be. I haven't flown with it on an airplane, haven't been on an airplane for quite a while, but it's most likely going to be passed right through the scanner, and they're going to say, hey look, flashlight. I mean, there are cheaper, lower grade flashlights, but the Streamlight Stylus Pro is, 20, 25 bucks. Maybe, I don't know if they get to 30 bucks or not. But they're a quality flashlight, something like 50 lumens, just enough to light the area. In my old job, I used it, I worked nights, so I used it constantly, checking areas, here and there. Just walking to my car door at night, I use it there. House keys, whatever it be. Flashlights are always good to have, the point of this video. So like I said, if you missed it and you can't record or rewind, Streamlight Stinger DS, Streamlight TLR1, and the Mini Maglite LED. As always, be safe.